And then there's one which does nothing. I call it the pet rock, the Bitcoin or something like that.
We were better off under Trump. They look at his foreign policy and they think, actually, we didn't start poking our nose in all over the place.
Now, if you look, just take a step back, be honest. He was kind of right about NATO, kind of right about immigration.
Hey, Jeremiah, I got to do a quick disclaimer because I got real news today, guys. Not just the make-em-ups like I usually do. And full disclosure, I am a crypto Bitcoin bull. To the moon, HODL, hold on for dear life, DCA till you DIE, but the complete opposite of me is Mr. Jamie Dimon. He is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. He's been openly discriminating Bitcoin for some time now.
Last time I've ever talked about this in CNBC, okay? So help me God. Blockchain is real, it's a technology. We use it, it's gonna move money, it's gonna move data, it's efficient. We've been talking about that for 12 years too, and it's very small, okay? So I think we've wasted too many words in that. Cryptocurrencies, there are two types. There's a cryptocurrency which might actually do something. Think of a cryptocurrency as an embedded smart contract in it, and then we can use it to buy and sell real estate and move data. That may have value.
The idea of tokenizing.
Tokenizing things that you do something with. And then there's one which does nothing. I call it the pet rock, the Bitcoin or something like that. And so on the Bitcoin, you know, there's, first of all, and I'm not trying to make a joke here. There are use cases, AML, fraud, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, sex trafficking.
So yes, of course, blockchain is real. Cryptocurrency is real. They say it's a scam, and the whole time they've been buying it. JP Morgan switches tact, backs Bitcoin as new gold. This was in 2017. Jamie Dimon still talks shit about it here, but then they have, according to JP Morgan analyst Nicholas P., the incredible spike in the value of Bitcoin is allowing it to start competing as an asset class. This is 2017. So now that they've accumulated God knows how much Bitcoin and they have their competing blockchain technology, only now are they willing to admit, yeah, blockchain's real, I guess, but that cryptocurrency, that Bitcoin, stay away from that stuff. That is for very nefarious activities. Well, considering that Bitcoin is a currency and currency are used to exchange for goods and services, I guess you could exchange that for anything you want. But why would you know and be so paranoid about things being used for evil and nefarious activities? It's almost like Jamie Dimon knows something. How a big US bank laundered billions from Mexico's murderous drug gangs. This is The Guardian in 2011. During a 22-month investigation by agents from the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, the Internal Revenue Service, and others, it emerged that the cocaine smugglers had bought the plane with money they had laundered through one of the biggest banks in the United States, Wachovia, now part of the giant Wells Fargo. 2020, JP Morgan Chase and Co. agrees to pay $920 million in connection with schemes to defund precious metals and U.S. Treasury markets. For 8 years, traders on JP Morgan's precious metals and U.S. Treasurer's desks engaged in separate schemes to defraud other market participants. Precious metals, that's gold. So just so we're all on the same page here, Mr. Jamie Dimon's point is that Bitcoin is only used for nefarious activities. You can't do that kind of stuff with cash and gold, which you obviously can. And while we're on the subject of Mr. Jamie Dimon, anyone else see this new grift they got going about Trump? Turns out he's not so bad. Let's check it out.
But when people say MAGA, they're actually looking at people voting for Trump, and they think they're voting, and they're basically scapegoating them, that you are like him. But I don't think they're voting for Trump because of his family values. And if you look, just take a step back, be honest. He was kind of right about NATO, kind of right about immigration. Mm-hmm. He grew the economy quite well.
China virus.
Tax reform worked. Mm-hmm. He was right about some of China. I don't like what he did.
No, I said China virus.
Yeah, I understand. He may have been right. And I don't like how he said things about Mexico. I don't like.
This is the only thing they have to say about Trump now. I don't like the way he says it. Okay. So for 9 years, you've been demonizing this man because you don't like the way he talks. That's interesting. Who else is on board? We've got Piers.
Have all sorts of problems with the way the country's been run. And they think back to Trump and they think for all the garbage that comes out of his mouth, they look at the way he handled the economy until the pandemic and they think, actually, we were better off under Trump. They look at his foreign policy and they think, actually, we didn't start poking our nose in all over the place with wars here, left, right, and center. And they like that. Most Americans I've spoken to. They think he took immigration a lot more seriously. For example,
This is like Illuminati shit. This is like Bilderberg, Rothschild stuff. You know what I mean? Everyone gets the script. I wonder how many more people are going to come out with this exact same speech about Trump.
Listen, I still don't like the guy, but you gotta admit, U.S. is going out of business.
We're going out of business, guys. And I guess that's what they want. That's a whole nother video, but I just thought that was interesting news. Buy Bitcoin. Jeremiah, what do we have next?